And welcome back from the break as we're ready for the next round here on Next Round Sports. And after the abuse we've taken from the Cowboys, let's go ahead and head over to the next game, which will be the Bengals and Browns. And Jeff,
hmm
give us your opinion. How you feeling about your Bengals going there against their in-state rival?
Well, we'll start off with the fact that the Bengals did get Trey Hendrickson signed. Now, granted, this is not a
hmm
long-term deal. This is strictly a one-year contract.
Another
So,
player that I think people would take over Micah Parsons for Defensive Player of the Year. Just saying.
right, it's a possibility. So
Possibly my
everything is is set up great for 2025. Now, granted, Joe Burrow had essentially four requests in the offseason. Re-sign Trey Hendrickson, re-sign Mike Gesicki, re-sign Jamar Chase, re-sign T. Higgins. All those have been met with, and now granted, in the case of Hendrickson, it's not a long-term deal. Now, granted, he'll be being paid $30 million this year. It's evident that the Bengals have no interest of having Trey Hendrickson beyond 2025. They
You
only
said that
want
about
him.
T. Higgins last time too, and they re-signed him a multi-year
gloom and tomb.
deal.
No, but I think if they did, this deal would have got done. I don't think we'll see Trey Hendrickson in a Bengal uniform next year.
You are so chicken little. The sky is falling every
No,
single
I'm
time.
not saying the
Yes, you
sky is
are.
falling. I just said 2025 is setting up to be the year. We have all our chips in. I think basically what this 1 year deal did for the Bengals defense is it made a pathetic defense, turned it into a horrible defense, which is an upgrade, slight upgrade.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, 2 years ago you were 31st in defense, and last year you were 25th. So hopefully you can do a little better.
right,
There's
and
nowhere to go but up.
there
hmm
is nowhere to go but up. But um, now, granted, it was just a preseason, but that defense looked absolutely dreadful
It has looked
against
bad.
Washington. In the preseason game. There's nothing to indicate that this defense is going to get better at all, with the exception of Trey Hendrickson being re-signed.
And
Uh,
Stewart on there now. So maybe
Shamar
you've got
Stewart,
bookend edge
Mhm.
rushers maybe now.
yeah. So I mean that's the hope, right?
And
And
hopefully
so
Geno Stone gets you a better year.
yeah, Geno
uh,
Stone was a bit of a disappointment last year, but our safeties of Geno Stone, Jordan Battle, that's Jordan Battle doesn't seem to want to tackle at this point in time. So
He's a
saving
um,
safety.
himself for that next
They don't
contract.
want to tackle.
yeah, it's bad when you have safeties that can't tackle. But in terms of this game alone, I what I'm concerned with is the offensive line. We have a banged up offensive line at this
Yeah.
point. We still don't
And that
have a
line was
right
only mediocre last year too, so they've got to be better.
Hmm.
right,
Hmm.
and we still have we still have injury concerns on a right guard position. We went ahead and signed Dalton Risner to see if we could solidify that right guard position. Now, granted, whether or not he will start, who knows? And that could be um, he could be provide depth or he could start. I think that the critical in this game as we try and defend Miles Garrett and company on
Very
the
true.
offensive line. Um,
Gonna have to. He's gonna
yeah,
come. He's gonna come running through there with his battle axe.
You mean his
my
helmet?
Mhm.
my yeah, battle
Well,
axe.
that's only Mason Rudolph. He does that too.
True,
Well,
true.
yes, only ripping the heads off of Mason Rudolph alone. But I would say that um, I I like the Bengals to win this game. I just don't see the Browns having enough offensive firepower with Joe Flacco being a 40-year-old
Don't you doubt
quarterback,
the late great Joe Flacco.
and I don't think they
I agree
have.
with
You
you.
just,
And
you
I don't,
just have a
There's
skin in
no-
that game.
Yeah,
and
there's
I
no
don't think
offensive
they have
weapons
a
to go
running
around him
game.
either. Is the problem? Besides maybe
Yeah,
the
that's
tight end for the Browns.
Yeah, and I mean David Njoku is okay, but I don't think he's He's not the best threat ever. Wide
Jerry
receiver
Judy.
Jerry
Is he
Judy is
scared
the
of Jerry
only.
Judy?
No, honestly, I'm not.
Yeah,
And
Mr. Drat.
and then as far as the
And
running game is
Judkins is
concerned, we
Judkins
have
is
Quinshon Judkins for
Mm,
Cleveland, their second round pick out of Ohio State,
yeah,
and Jerome Ford from Cincinnati from years
Judkins is
past who's
probably
had
not
some
even going to play.
productive play. But yeah, who knows how
Yeah.
many snaps Judkins will actually even get.
yeah.
Well, he could be suspended.
He might be.
He
Mhm.
might be. And
I think he is suspended. Well, he went late in a lot of fantasy drafts, from what I was seeing.
yeah, and he may not even play. And so, yeah, I think I see this game being along the lines of a 27-20 type of game. I still
Yeah.
think there's going to be a lot of question marks for the Bengals, even if they do come out with the victory against Cleveland. But you don't want to say there such thing as a game one where it's a must-win victory. But the Bengals have started off
Yeah, I was about to
past
say your slow starts.
slow the past 3 seasons, starting off 1-8. Um, you just cannot afford to have a slow start again, especially against a divisional opponent.
Very true.
So, I mean,
Mhm.
this is an absolutely critical game to start off the year. 2 years ago, the Bengals started off against Cleveland and lost 27-3 on the road in Cleveland. So we know that it can happen, and I think this is, if there is such a thing as a must-win game in Week 1, this is about as close as you can get to it. But again, I like the Bengals in this game just due to the fact that I don't know what as we discussed, I don't know what weapons the Browns have, with the exception of
Excuse
an
me.
aging Jerry Judy, Judkins that probably won't play due to suspension, and we have Jerome Ford who's just a serviceable running back at best, and then you're left with your best receiver, possibly being David Njoku, and you have an aging
All you
offensive line.
need when you're
Mhm.
Mr. Joe Flacco.
Mm-hmm.
All you
Yeah,
need.
Yeah. What's funny
All
is
you
his
need.
first game started against the Bengals when he was with the Ravens, and now he's starting the Browns against the Bengals too.
yeah, Joe Flacco, and
I
he
have to
won
say
that
that was
game. He
that
won
was an
that game.
eye-opening experience when I realized I was the same age as Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
I really
Quit
quit
making
thinking
fun
of him
Joe
as
Flacco.
old at that point.
As
man,
you should.
I was like, man, Flacco looks old. He's looking rough out there. And they go, Joe Flacco starting at 40. I was like, I'm gonna shut up now. Joe Flacco looks good, man. He looks
Yeah,
good.
you looking good.
He
Looking
looking
good.
real good out there. Ain't good. Go
Looking young
Flacco.
and spry. Yeah, I'm with Jeff though. I think the Bengals should pull this out, but at the same time, that Forest defense I think is going to be a problem. So it's going to be fairly close. It's going to be about a one-score game. Could be a touchdown. Could be a field goal. But I do see the Bengals prevailing on this.
For the third year in a row, the Bengals have to outscore the other team to win.
That's
Yeah.
going to be the
So
story, I think, most of this
You
year, unless that
cannot
defense shows
rely
better.
on your defense. And it's going to come down every single game is you need Burrow to have the ball in the last 2 minutes. If Burrow
Only
has it
down
in the
one
last
score,
2
mind
minutes,
you, at the
yes.
worst.
True.
If you want to win, you need to be down one score, or you need to be up with Burrow having the ball in the last 2 minutes. That's what you have to do, because you cannot count on this defense to get you a stop to save the game. You can't. If you're up 2 points and whoever you're playing with has the ball, they're going to score a field goal on you. It's going to happen. You know it. You just need to hope they score it fast enough that you can come down and kick another one to help. That you get that Burrow gets enough time to come down and get you back in the field goal range.
Mm-hmm.
That's a scary way to go into the year.
Right.
Knowing
Also,
that.
Yeah, and just to add on to your point, Bengals scored 33.7 times last year and finished with the 3-4 record in those games.
Mm-hmm.
When it's the rest of the league that scored 33 points or more, they're 73-7.
Exactly.
So
going into
that's a problem.
Scary about that, but going into the third year in a row of that it's rough. It's rough because 3 years in a row you cannot count on your defense. Yeah, you have one of the best defensive players, one of the top 10 players in the league, and that's it. He's the only guy on your defense. Like, you have no one else who can sit there and stop. There's no balance. There's no. They should just trade him and try to fill in other spots and try to get other decent players. And I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I was curious if the Bengals might have some interest in Jabril Peppers, who got released by the Patriots a couple weeks ago. So I'm curious if the Bengals might be interested in him.
Why not? They're throwing other shit up against the wall to see if it sticks. Why not?
Yeah, and I think
it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I think our safety position is a weak part of our team. I think Jordan Battle is not does not look good. He didn't look good in the preseason. He hasn't looked good in camp, and we have no depth behind him. So I think safety help would be great. And as you alluded to earlier, Caleb, Geno Stone did not have a typical season as he did with the Ravens in years past. Mm-hmm. So I think any safety depth would be nice to have. And yeah, I don't understand why we wouldn't look at someone like Jabril Peppers on this team.
All right. Well, just like any running back in the league, we're going to run right through your defense and head on into the break. So we'll take a quick break here, and we'll head back here in just a moment to move into Ravens.